They like or share or whatever, and then 6 months later, they're still complaining, yet they never clicked the link. That's the problem with social media. We would rather talk about asses and different kinds of clothing, or why we didn't receive enough likes on a profile picture, than actually getting out there and do something about our life. This is one of those impromptu things that just spontaneously came out of the air from listening and talking to my friends, which now has completely shifted. I am not friends with all the other people I used to know. Like, I speak to people every single day, and more people seem to be of the same mindset. So this is just the whole proof that whatever you focus on, you will attract. Whatever you put out, you will attract. I have people who were sending me messages with fart jokes and all that stuff, who's really just dropped off my radar. I don't even notice them anymore. And I don't think they want to show these things to me. They don't want to send me these things because they know I don't care. I'm not going to answer. It's not of importance to me in my life anymore. By showing that, by staying true to myself and not faking the haha, LOL, all that stuff, they have dropped off. Now, of course, I have a few friends that I have not spoken to who I really miss, but this is a necessary hiatus in my life, and they know that I had to go out there and isolate myself and become what I needed to be. This is where I want to tell you what that could do for you. You can actually change your life right now if you want to. I'm not going to say that it's going to be easy. Now, listen, you've heard this a lot of times, right? Do you know why I'm saying it, though? Have you heard people... Let's say that you heard someone with $47 in their bank account or in their pocket, living at their mom's house in their trailer park when they figured out enough is enough. That's their origin story. I'm not going to mention names, but those people who know this is going to know who this is. That's just one. There's a lot of origin stories out there, and there's a lot of origin stories that started with a lack mentality around money. Money is always the thing that is not... I had to make a decision to do something with my life. I needed more money. F*** money. Money is not the answer. Money is not what you should be striving for. You should be striving for the actual value of the human power that you are. Basically, you are capable of creating stuff that you cannot even fathom right now. I just came off a call with a billionaire in pounds, which is more money than I could even start to comprehend. The thing is, 6 months ago, I could have dreamt of talking to people who was of that stature, because back then money was this thing that kind of made me see people differently. If they had a lot of money, then clearly they had to be something special, right? They're just human beings who has the mindset to put their ideas into the reality and manifest those ideas. They have a specific set of values, a specific way of living their life that makes them able to do this. They were very focused at one point, and they wanted to reach something, and they did it. It's not something special. The thing is, a lot of people don't even know what they're capable of, and that's where I want to really change that. I want to change everything about that. I want to show you that you're capable of so much more than you think, to the point where you are like blown away over your own capabilities. Because you've been taught, like everyone else, everyone on planet Earth is a result of the experiences and the events and the teachings that they have received since they got born. That's it. That's all it is. You are a product of the people who made you and taught you and mentored you and shaped you into who you are today. Now, if you're sitting on the couch every day, eating potato chips and watching some Netflix show on a binge, then maybe that is because you had some habits that were taught to you. Maybe you had some values that people talked you into doing. Like maybe you value a show on Netflix more than you value the prosperity of your family. I don't know. I used to hate people who spoke like this. I did. I really hated people who came here and said, all you gotta do is focus. All you gotta do is put in the hard work. Hated it. Here I was, tired after coming home from work. I've been working a lot. Like, I've been working at the factory. I was pissed off because I was so tired, and my legs were literally taped. I came home from work and I had to tape my legs because they were blistered. They were bloody. I had walked myself bloody. Literally, I was kind of proud of that moment. The thing is, I was pissed because they told me that I wasn't working. You know? Well, I lost that job. Thank heavens. I lost it. So I had to figure out another way to make money. This was before my story officially began. I had only had $4 million in debt and an inoperable blood clot by this point. And then that last thing was I lost the job. I started to faint around the aluminum vats, and that, HR-wise, not smart. You won't be very liked in the workplace if you start to faint on a job, because you're a liability, and they don't want liabilities, right? So I was let off, and as I was doing that, I was trying to figure out how to make money, but I was lazy. I had the security net. I was actually making the amount that I was making from that place, even though I didn't work. For a year, I had that same income coming in. And then after that, for 3 more years, I had 60% of what I earned in the factory. Now, a factory job is actually quite a lot of money compared to a lot of other workplaces, right? So I was working, I was studying, but I really did not have the gun towards my head. There was no real motivation as to why I should change at all. Make sense? There was no real consequence of me not working. I could stay in bed all day if I wanted. I mean, I was still making money. But then, after we moved in 2017, we moved into the new house. Me and my girlfriend and our then newborn daughter. And then the call came that they were deported. And this was right after I started to take my personal development a little bit more serious. I had actually bought into having a coach, and I had bought into this program, this Make Money Online program, the first program that I actually bought into. And it was $500. I did not have that money, and I paid $600 to my coach, and I was like, oh, so much money I've wasted, right? Didn't waste it. It was the best thing I could have done all my life. Because that kind of set me on this path of self-discovery, of trying to get better at everything that I did, trying to always become better. And then I lost my family. After that, I really put things into gear, and I really, really worked to advance my thinking, to advance my level of everything. My knowledge just skyrocketed. I taught myself quantum physics, or the basics. I am not going to say that I'm an expert within quantum physics, but if you start to learn about the emotional intelligence and the epigenetics and the biochemistry of your own body and everything that goes around in your system, then combining that with quantum physics, then combining that with what we know about epigenetics, and then seeing every single thing in the cosmos as one big entity that is made out of the same stuff, and then understanding the science and the math behind all these things made me see the world differently. Now, because I knew about how the world worked, and I had studied a little bit about neurology and how you can basically install habits, right? How to do atomic changes to make huge changes in your life. That Atomic Habits, read that book. You make these small differences that is going to take you off course just by a degree. Now, if a plane takes off in LA and is going to land in New York and it goes off with 1 degree off target, it's going to land 100 miles off target. Is that math right? I'm sorry, I'm sick too, so my voice is all over the place. It's not going to land at the intended target because it was set off by 1 degree. That works in everything. If you do one thing differently today and keep up that habit, you're going to be surprised by what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. Now, seeing everything of that in a holistic way, seeing everything as frequencies and vibrations, my world literally shifted. Everything shifted. I actually started a podcast called The Shift. It was a reason for that. I started meeting all these people who had the same idea that I had. People who knew what gratitude and love and all these emotions could do. People who had done what I was wanting to do. People who started at something and they wanted something more, and then they just went for it, right? And I met these people. And that's where money didn't really matter. Money was a frequency. That's it. If a person had money, cool. Good on you, you got there, right? But they're still human. There's still quantum fluctuations in a vacuum on a Planck scale. They're still the same as me. And if you have that mindset that you're capable of doing whatever the crap you want, that was a lousy way of censoring myself. If you have that mindset of wanting to do whatever you set out to do, knowing that you're capable, because you have the mental frameworks to get you there. Because let's say that you're remembering stuff the old-fashioned way. I'm going to repeat this until I can remember it. Why aren't you not using the tools that evolution gave you? Your creativity, your emotions, your sensory inputs, your senses, everything that goes into how to create a memory that's going to last you forever. Where you can remember 50,000 digits into pi if you want to. If you're just using the framework that goes along with it. You're not going to remember that if you just try to repeat it until it sticks. That's not how your brain works. People don't know how things work. They don't know how the brain works. Mostly, there's a lot of people who does though. They don't know how the internet works. And this is where I get passionate. I focus on mindset, mostly. But I'm also really passionate about freedom. And the opportunity that people have online these days, breathtaking. If people knew that you could do X and get Y, and if you just did this, there is 8-year-olds who makes $23 million on YouTube a year. 8-year-old. That's just one person who's opening toys for a living. Just saying. There are 14-year-olds in Arkansas making a lot of money just because they like a particular shoe type, brand, whatever. There are so many possibilities today with the social platforms that we have and every system and technology that is lying right there up for grabs for everyone who wants it. Yet nobody's doing it. Nobody is actually taking the plunge and just thinking, maybe I should pay $20 a month trying this. No. $20 a month is a lot of money for some people. They won't part with $20 a month. They would $10 a month for Netflix, but they're not going to pay $20 a month for something that's going to change your life. That's the problem with the world today. And that's where I get really fired up and passionate, because people need direction. So I'm creating leaders. That's how I see this. I look at people and I slap some sense into them, and then I educate them on what's possible. And if you have something that you want, and you're sitting there on your couch watching Netflix while you're complaining on your smartphone through some social media where you have 63 followers, then you're not allowed. You're not allowed to complain. You're not allowed to complain. Look at your life, man. Sitting there on a smartphone complaining on Twitter. That's the problem with the world today. This instant gratification shit. My background made me who I am, and I'm so glad that I went through all of this crap. Because if I didn't, I would probably be someone completely different. I know I would. Now, if you are sick of this, if you're sick of sitting on your ass not doing anything, reach out. Like, it's insane how people would be so agreeing. They would love your posts. They would do all these things. And you put this out there on the internet saying, I'm opening this door for free right now. You have to click the link. And then we talk for 10 minutes. And your life is changed. And then they have an opportunity. They like or share or whatever. And then 6 months later, they're still complaining. Yet they never clicked the link. That's the problem with social media. We would rather talk about asses and different kinds of clothing, or why we didn't receive enough likes on a profile picture, than actually getting out there and do something about our life. Sorry, that was not supposed to happen. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you want something out of life, then there are so many opportunities. You can invest $300 in some company today and have 100% more interest in a week than you have in a year from your government-funded bank. That's just one of the things that really annoys me. Because everyone will follow the government. For some reason. What do you think would happen if every country was filled with free thinkers who just wanted to make sure that the world thrived? Where there was no lack, removing that barrier between poor and rich. What do you think would happen? Complete chaos. The government is not going to allow that. I'm pretty sure that this video is going to be censored just because that. Censored, censored, censored. Because they would not like people trying to antagonize people into making a change with their life. They want you right where you are. Why are you listening to that? Why are you staying where you're not really loving your life? People are complaining, but they're not doing shit about it.
You're hating on a dirty world, but no one's cleaning. We talk and we talk and we talk.
It baffles me. You have a device in your pocket able to tap into every thought that Einstein had through his life. What do you think would happen if he had that? Or if Newton had that? Or if Tesla or Hawking... Well, Hawking did have that. And you see what he did. We have the technology to change everything. But now, and this is a genuine fear of mine, we're sitting here as the last generation who really knows that. We have to carry that torch and pass it on. My kids think that the internet is about YouTube and Instagram. They don't know about internet yet. They have just seen this in the passing. They're not sitting on these things at all, yet they know what these things are. You know, we need to educate the people of what opportunity lies on the internet until it gets completely policed, and so that nobody can do anything anymore. We have that bubble right now. Right now. Look at Wall Street. Just a few days ago, a bunch of teenagers went over there to basically wreck a whole trust fund of billions of dollars. Why? Because we have the technology. It's time to stand up. See you in the next one. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. And I'll see you when I make another video. And I should definitely get to do that more. Why am I not doing that more? Peace.